And as midweek, it brings me so much joy to be here once again to bring you the latest update in the world of entertainment here on Showbiz Now. We're live on Joy Prime, and I want to believe your day's been going on pretty well. Wherever you find yourself, it's a good morning to you. Welcome to the show. My name, God took a microphone, put a soul in it, drop it on net, and of course, name it KMJ, and I was born to talk. Many thanks to you for always tuning in over here. Bobby, just give me a break, man. What's up? All right, so you're welcome to Showbiz Now. All right, so it's good that Arena's taking over. All right, so folks, we're just about having a good time, but trust me, today we've got a very packed show for you. We'll be talking about so many things going on. You know about the Shatta Wale issue. We'll be talking to some pundits on that as well. And I've got an exciting news for you. If you're a Harmonious Choral fan, there's something that they're just about doing that I want to share with you here on the show as well. And we have conversation coming up on that. Let me say a big thank you to the providers of my gold accessories, Gold Casting Limited, located inside East Legon, close to UBA Bank. And of course, you can also check them out and get your brand new ring, your bangle, your chain, anything that you need gold. You can go there. If silver, they can also do that for you as well. Many thanks to Asante Jonas of Pedro Clothing for putting this outfit together for me as well. I'm excited about it. Guys, this is Showbiz Now. Let's get into the conversation with the Harmonious Choral event that is just about happening, and then we'll get into our conversation later on. Ima is in here. Ima, how you doing?
Good, good.
Good to see you.
Yes, yes. It's been a long while.
Yeah, you only come when you have, you know, beautiful news for my viewers. So I'm excited. But what are we doing this time? Tell us about it.
Yes, it's something we dubbed Records Night.
Records Night.
And we got the name from the old record player.
Okay.
So it means we're going back in time, presenting something very vintage, something oldie, something old school to the admiration of all Ghanaians and our fans all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this something that would yearly thing we do, or this is a new something we want to chip in?
This is a new thing that we are doing. We are actually doing this to kickstart the celebration towards our 15th anniversary next October.
Okay.
Yes. So we want to go back in time, relive the golden moments where we love these choral and classical hits. If you attended senior secondary school, either A-level or SSS, not SHS.
SSS. Back in time.
Yes, back in time.
Yeah.
You love what we are about to do. So it's going to be something very, very beautiful.
So this is more like we'll be doing the
That is it. Exactly.
The voice is not
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're doing these are records that have been done by great men.
Yes.
And we want to just put them out again and then let the public enjoy it.
It's in three parts. We have the typical classical section.
Okay.
We have the anthems, and then we zoom into the highlights, and we can talk about the oldies without presenting the true Ghanaian high life. Yes. So we will also be establishing.
So what type of high life are we looking at in general, or we're looking at a gospel high life?
Choral gospel high life.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we're looking at. And it's all going to be happening where?
It's going to be virtual.
Oh.
Yes, and that is where Harmonious Choral will come into the picture again. Since Corona came in, because of our numbers, we've not been able to organize an in-person event.
Okay.
And probably, if you could count, you have very few musicians in Ghana who have done live virtual events.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about just virtual.
Yeah.
Many people do just virtual,
pre-recorded.
Yes, but this is live. And this will be the 5th time we are doing this, a live virtual event. And people are always amazed as to how we're able to do it. You are in the TV, you know how difficult it is.
It's not easy.
Live,
it's not easy, yeah.
Production across. But Harmonious Choral, the standard is still there. You didn't have any breaks. Everything is top notch. And we are presenting this on Sunday, this coming Sunday.
Just this coming Sunday?
Yes, live on our YouTube channel, Harmonious Choral Ghana. Okay. On our YouTube channel, Harmonious Choral Ghana, at 16 hours GMT. That's 6 p.m. Ghana time.
Okay.
I do say this because of we have social media. You have a huge presence on social media, so people watch across the globe.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the time difference.
Yes. So 16 hours GMT is going to happen, and just be expectant. All you need is your good internet connectivity,
and you're good to go.
Harmonious Choral will do the rest.
All right, so that's what is happening, and make sure that you also come through and let's have a good time. Ima, we'll be watching on Sunday. Yeah. We're excited about it, and we look forward to the anniversary as well.
Yeah.
I'm a Harmonious Choral, baby, so I know how these things go. But we're definitely going to be on. Right, so that's Harmonious Chorale. It's happening this weekend. Make sure you tune in at 6 p.m. on their YouTube page and enjoy the very best of it. So we get into our conversation this morning. We're talking about in the last 24 hours or so, and even more, there has been a lot of issues going on with our entertainment industry, and it had to do with one of the biggest exports that we have here in the country, and we're talking about Shatta Wale, who's been in the police grips right now. Now, I've got Arnold Asamoah-Baidoo on the other side. Before that, let me just quickly go through what the police put out there with regards to the arrest of Shatta Wale, and it says that police have arrested Charles Nyama Mensah, popularly known as Shatta Wale. The police have arrested Charles Nyama Mensah after publicly declared himself and one other person wanted. The suspect, Shatta Wale, turned himself in today, Tuesday, 19th October 2021 at 8:59 p.m. He has been arrested to assist the police investigations for his alleged involvement in the creation and circulation of information intended to cause fear and panic. As stated in previous statements, the public is advised to desist from publishing false information capable of disturbing the peace of the country or risk being arrested and prosecuted. And there's a picture of Shatta Wale, who has been in handcuff in the police custody. Arnold Asamoah-Baidoo is on the line. Arnold, good morning. How are you doing, bro?
I'm good, KMJ. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Good to have you on the show. We're grateful that you're able to join us this morning.
You're welcome, my brother.
Great. So let's look at it. Are you surprised that this whole incident even took place in the first place?
Yes and no. Yes. Let me start with a no. I wasn't surprised because PR stunts are a normal phenomenon in our industry. And Shatta Wale, for example, has been very dependent on PR stunts. I mean, it's actions to generate conversation, to generate attention to whatever he's up to. And so that came as no surprise to me. What came as a surprise to me was how he went about it. For me, I thought for the first time in so many years, he got it wrong when he came to pulling up a PR stunt. And so that came as a surprise to me because he looks like somebody who really understands the game. And especially when he has people around him, PR experts, astute managers around him, he was supposed to get it right this time. But unfortunately, he went overboard.
Well, when you say he didn't get it right, what did you do? What constitutes that?
Yeah, because PR stunts come with some rudiments. If you are going to pull a PR stunt, it should not have two elements. First element it should not have is to offend the sensibilities of the consumer. Because you are selling a product. You're only using the PR stunts to generate some attention or fixate some attention to that product. And so you have a lot of corporate entities, reputable firms engaging in PR stunts just to create some attention to whatever product they are selling. What it must not do is to offend the sensibilities of that consumer. Because if the consumer is offended, then the consumer will not patronize that product. And so the first thing that PR stunt should not do is offend the sensibility of the consumer. Two, it must not be criminal. Because once you wade into those criminal waters, you are going against a certain law. And once you do that, you'll be found wanting. And for me, I think this PR stunt failed because it offended a lot of people. He placed a lot of people in fear and panic. Two, it was criminal. It went against a certain law. And so for me, I think he failed in this PR stunt.
Over the years, like you rightly said, he's been able to do this pretty well. The team around him have always come out to defend some of the things that he does. I mean, looking at his caliber, the fact that Shatta Wale's, pedigree right now has risen ever since Beyonce's, collabo came into the picture. You think at this point it was necessary for him to have still gone ahead to do this?
It depends. You see, there's no artist is about PR. No artist or no entertainer is about PR stunts. It depends on where the artist or the entertainer finds him or herself. You may choose to say, listen, you've gotten to that point where you don't need a PR stunt. However, it is also not wrong for a Jay-Z to do a PR stunt. It is not wrong for HBO as a film company to engage in PR stunts to promote their works. It is not against the norm for Netflix to engage in a PR stunt to promote Squid Game. You understand? So it depends on the artist and his or her positioning to say, listen, I've gotten to that point where I do not need it. But however, if that artist engages in it, it is not wrong. It is acceptable.
Okay, so let's look at it. He's in police grips right now. What do you foresee happening? Because you are one of the people over the years. Do we have him?
I'm here.
Okay, you are one of the people that over the years you've really, been very objective when it comes to issues of this nature. And looking at what is happening to him now, you think this is a turning point for him, or it's something that might probably even jeopardize his, appeal to people as a matter of fact?
I do not see this episode affecting the career positioning of Shatta Wale. And I'm saying this based on the level or the extent of the offense. This is a misdemeanor. It is not, comparatively, it is not that. It's a big deal because of where he is now. He's in police grips, he's going through investigation and all. But comparatively, the level of offense is a misdemeanor. It's not a felony. And so I do not see how it will damage his career. And again, you and I know that there's been a lot of artists, international, local, who've gone through serious, criminal-related matters, and their careers elevated after. It depends on how he positions himself after this episode. And especially, again, when he has a very strong fan base, I do not see how it will damage his career. Seriously, I do not say it at all. It may change his posture in certain actions, but in derailing his career, I doubt.
Let's look at credibility in terms of his fans as against the fans of the other musicians that we know in terms of competition. You think that this is, at this point, the fans will start questioning his credibility in terms of some of the things that he does or he's done in the past, or they're still going to remain resolute and say this is the man we have decided to support and we're still going to be here regardless?
That's quite dicey. But you see, Shatta Wale has one of the strongest fan base. And you see, the fan base that he has, you and I know, again, and I'm sure a lot of people know, they are blinded by his actions. For a chunk of their fan base, they do not care. All they know is support regardless. But in the last couple of moments, you actually see, and it's strange, you actually see some commentary from some SM fans. They come like, I love him, but this one, they the hour. Oh, I like him. I'm a SM fan, but this one, they do yawa. So you actually see one or two fans actually coming out and speaking their mind in regard to his action. But the chunk of the fan base, they are still in support. And so, yes, it's a bit dicey. For me, I think a chunk of the fan base will still support him regardless of what he goes through.
Okay. Now, drifting a bit, I'm sure this is also going to be a conversation that in the coming days will definitely come into the public domain or the media space for us to have a conversation on. So I would like to just chip that one in briefly. Musica is introducing a welfare, some sort of package that would ensure that musicians are well taken care of. It's something that they've actually decided to outdoor. I don't know what you make of it, or if you've even, heard about it.
Musica essentially is supposed to be catering to the welfare of its members, to the large extent, musicians, because not every musician is a member. Its topmost priority is to ensure that the welfare of its members is intact. And so this initiative is long overdue. It should have been initiated during E.T. Nelson's time and improved along the way. So it's better too late or never. It should have been done long time ago. So it's okay. Once they've seen the light, for me, I think it's a good initiative. In considering the fact that lots of musicians are dying as paupers, are dying poor, and all, this would be a cushion. And if they add it to the AMWEF, which has I don't know why the AMWEF initiative has gone down in terms of PR, in terms of efficiency. But if they add this warfare to the AMWEF, I think Musica would look good. Okay.
Many thanks for joining us. We're grateful that you joined us this morning, Arnold.
Anytime, TMJ.
Great. And that was Arnold Asamoah-Baidoo. He is an entertainment pundit and, of course, a journalist, a celebrated one for that matter, speaking to us here on the Shatta Wale issue, which a lot of people are now, not too happy about. Others are also okay. And we want to be looking at the legal aspect of it and see what exactly this means for Shatta Wale and the team. Lawyer Maurice Ampao is on the line to speak to us on that one as well. Hello, lawyer. Good morning. How are you doing, please?
Morning, my brother. I'm doing good.
Very well. Thanks a lot for making time for us. We're grateful that you can join us.
You are welcome, my brother.
Awesome. Now, let me find out. I'm sure by now you've sat down and analyzed the situation Shatta finds himself right now. What is his situation right now?
I think that I spoke to Shatta around 9:30 in the evening, when he decided to made himself available to the police. I think he visited the regional police command, and then I told him that he has a good case, although it seems like the law is against him, but he has a very solid defense that he can release, and then that's about. In nutshell, I think that look at what Shatta and his team did in law amount to spreading fake news and information which is contrary to the Communication Act, Electronic Communication Act, at 2008. If you look specifically section 26, 1 and 2, anybody who engages in spreading of fake news and causes financial loss, causes fear and panic, and security, blah, 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 blah. And exactly, I think that Shatta Wale find himself in that situation. So I think that is the appropriate charge. But in law, we are going to look at the circumstances that led to Shatta Wale staging this fake news or prank. Now, he has raised a solid defense that he was under emotional and mental torture. He was depressed because the prophecy affected him emotionally. And we all know in law, for you to be guilty of a crime, there are two ingredients that you have to satisfy. It's called the mens rea. Your mind must be guilty. You must have a mind that has an intention to commit that crime. And that mind should not be influenced by any other factors like depression, alcohol, or mental derangement. So when you examine the mindset of Shatta before this prank, that is very crucial. Because if you are not able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Shatta had a soundness of mind, and especially everybody knows, you call a psychologist right now to tell you that when somebody declares you that you will die at a particular time, and I can tell you that, so I've been a victim. I'm a lawyer. I did a case against one armed robber, and then he gave me 1 week to live. He said, Lampai, I swear by the God, that if you're able to live after Friday, then I will not save the Hupo. And this, what I'm talking about some 18 years ago, I can tell you, he said this thing to me on Friday. And said by Friday, the whole world will hear that I'm dead. I can tell you from Friday, Saturday, something up to Monday, I couldn't sleep. I was under serious mental torture. Then the Thursday day, I did all night. Because like, I fear that if I sleep, then I'll... You die. Meaning, only for him to call me Saturday morning and say, are you still alive? He said, yes. I intentionally did that because I want to test your pulse. You're a strong man. But I can tell you what I went through. I was sort of myself. My whole family realized that, my brothers and siblings realized that I'm in trouble. But I was thinking that, look, what is going to happen? Why am I living? So I know what Shatta Wale is going through. So the police must first listen to Shatta's explanation that, look, I came under mental torture, emotional trauma, and I have to do something for the system to listen and respond, because we are in this country where prophets have been doing what we call spiritual setting people spiritually, and then committing crime in the name of Christ, in the name of religion, in the name of prophecy, and nothing happens. And Shatta can say that, look, we have a lot of these prophecy. When they go to the police station and even make formal complaint, they don't take it serious. It happened to Ebony. So this time, when he decided to do this prank, the system has responded. So it's a wake-up call. Because all along, if Shatta Wale have not come out to make this prank, I don't think the pastor will have been invited. Are they lie?
All right. No, that's very true. And I'm sure it has gotten to where it is right now because of this whole prank thing that came into the picture. But, lawyer, let's look at this from the other angle. As at the moment when he was being, investigated or even looked for by the police, he was putting certain comments on social media which sought to actually disrespect the police in a certain way with foul words and all that. How does this stand with this two?
Well, I think that all this thing add up to a mental state. His mental state. This one too is going through the same thing. Funny face. So Shatta can say that mentally, he went off maybe because of the fear. He's under depression. This is what happened. And he can say, I'm sorry. I have to do what I did because of my mind. I'm having serious mental depression. And I think that the court will understand. Especially if he tells the police that he wants to undergo mental interrogation. I can tell you, they will come out with something that Shatta is not of himself at that time. And they will come out, you have this way of saying that anybody who received threats, what will be the mental state? Can you be of a sound person? Can you sleep soundly? Will you be thinking about it? Wouldn't you have some kind of a mental, emotional pain? All these things will play. But you see, the most important thing is that I think that the police must be more interested in the prophecy, the man of God who make this prophet, and appropriately charge him for number one, spreading fake news, because his prophecy did not come to pass. So, I can look in law that the news that the prophecy that he gives is a news, it's a statement that somebody, Shatta, will die 18th, Shatta did not. So by spreading this fake news, it led to causing fear and panic. Shatta family came under fear and panic. The whole public, Shatta fans. So he also should be charged for, and then too should be charged for spiritual assault.
Spiritual assault.
Yeah, spiritual assault. That leads to it, and in law it will be under criminal assault. See, because if you do anything, whether word of mouth or any swear, that threatens a person, is an assault in law. An assault is when somebody is threatened and the threat is reasonable. It's called a reasonable threat. So you can use your mouth to say that I will kill you this afternoon. It's an assault.
But is he not going to argue that it was God's message to him?
Good. That is why he's going to lose, because when he says God, the court will ask him, prove beyond reasonable doubt. Where was that God? Let that God come and testify on your behalf.
Yes. That would be an interesting one.
Good. Let the Holy Spirit. The moment you said it is somebody, then the person should be a principal witness. You are bringing the person in, so the court will be interested to say, okay, it is a God. Let your God come and then turn into the human being physically, because with the people on earth, we don't deal with spiritual matters. So can you invite your God so that he can come in a human form, so that the court will be able to interrogate him? So that is where the pastor will have problems, because what pertains in the spiritual realm, we cannot have proceedings over it in the physical realm. So your defense that it is God who led you, you put yourself into that trouble. That is why when we say that spiritual matters are not discussed in court, we think that it goes against anybody who has been affected. It goes against the person who wants to rely on it. Because you see, when you make an allegation in law, it is you who have to prove it. You must prove. So when you say it is God, it's not Shatta Wale who have to come and now lead the evidence to say that it's not any God. That's all they say that for him. The words that you said has affected him, threatening his life, and even do know that he can even be charged for blackmailing. So three first charge is spreading fake news. Second charge is criminal assault, and the third one is blackmailing. Let me explain the blackmailing. You realize that the pastor, after making a prophecy, then said that Shatta Wale, the only way out for you is to see another man of God.
Yeah.
Dude, what does it mean? He's trying to tell you that if you don't see that man of God, and whatever that man of God tells you, that prophecy will come to pass. That's where the blackmailing comes in. You know how blackmailers operate.
Yeah. If
you don't do this, I'll do this. So, and that man God that you are going to see to, you don't see man of God with empty hands. They'll tell you, don't go in the presence of God without seed.
Okay.
Good. So this same man can arrange with his friend, call it prophet. Say, look,
so
yes.
So lawyer, before I let you go, what are his chances in terms of court proceedings? Will he be able to come out of this, or it might turn a little bit terrible for him?
Yeah, I pray that the police drops any charge against him because of his mental health.
Okay.
The state of his mind. The police should be very sensitive because Shatta it has not been easy for Shatta since those threats were made.
Okay.
So they should look at his mental status and then refer the matter to Attorney General for legal advice. Because Shatta's lawyer must be more interested in using his mental health as a defense. And when that you see Shatta Wale is also going to have a defense. They say, look, let's take him to the psychiatric hospital.
I see, interesting. Lawyer, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're grateful. But are you a Shatta fan though? Oh, I wanted to know if he's a Shatta Wale fan. But that's Shatta's chances in terms of courts and where he finds himself right now. We've spoken to Arnold about it. We've spoken to lawyer Maurice Ampao about it as well. Let's get into Twitter right now and see the conversation that is going on Twitter as well. He's been trending since the arrest. And so, want to find out some of the trends and what people are talking about. Now, let's get into it. This one over here says Shatta Wale entered the net, but eventually he will get this freedom, his freedom, so he can be with Melissa. This is super scary. Kali J tweeted that. Another one over here says the police tweets about the arrest of Shatta Wale. Dingo says, as in Kujo Sheldon says, Shatta Wale has been arrested, source Ghana police. And this started trending yesterday. Now, BBC News Africa says fugitive musician Shatta Wale turns himself to police in Ghana after allegedly making false reports of a gun attack against him. And Mimi Nocturnal says that why is Shatta Wale happy in the police custody? Laughing emoji over there. And Nungua Bernard says that Tupac's album was #1 when he released from prison and was Grammy nominated. Shatta Wale GOG in pipeline and is arrested at the moment. Is SM thinking what I'm thinking? Twilight says university graduates you they support Shatta Wale. And another one over here today says Ghana police has done their part. Well, it's a learning process for all. No one is above the law. We just hope Shatta Wale will learn his lesson and come back stronger. We are with you, Shatta. And Malik Ofori says Ghana police is doing their work. Shatta Wale knew what he was getting himself into. What I'm more happy about is the arrest of the fake prophet. And it was serving as an example to others not to go sit on radio running their mouth. All right, so those are some conversations still ongoing. At this moment, we're hoping that everything goes well for Shatta Wale and he comes out of this, a free man. We're definitely looking forward to that. All right, it's all good. It's all good. Sometimes, you dare and then you make decisions and then you face the consequences. But we wish him well. We hope that this gets out of this police issues and all of that as soon as possible. Thanks to you for watching. God willing, we're back tomorrow for Thursday's edition. Please do not miss it. I'm grateful that you're here with us. And of course, Harmonious Chorals event is Sunday, 6 p.m. Make sure you join them on their YouTube page as well and enjoy the very best of old records. And if you know Harmonious Choral, you know definitely that it's going to be a great show. All right? Folks, God took a microphone, put a soul in it, dropped it on Never named it KMJ, and I was born to talk. It's always a great pleasure serving you. Many thanks to the production team for also doing a good job. I still remain the Obara of the Media Land. Don't forget to do good and communicate, and thanks for watching.